How could Trump be called a populist? He doesn't care about working people. If anything, Obama argued he was the populist.
Enjoying these videos? Don't forget to show your support. Hit the like button and share to spread the word. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest content. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. We're always open to suggestions. Also, visit the website at jamesanthonyreport.com to support our Patriot-approved sponsors. Your purchase keeps us on the air and ensures we continue providing you with info on the topics you like most. Now back to the report.
Come on, man!
If you were wondering how it is that someone of the billionaire class like Donald Trump could not only become president, but still capture the hearts of supporters 4 years after the fact, despite all that's been thrown at him, here's an interesting take from a debate at Oxford.
Populism has become a word used synonymously with racist. We've heard ethno-nationalist, with bigot, with hillbilly, redneck, with deplorables. Elites use it to show their contempt for ordinary people. This is a recent change. Not long ago, Barack Obama, while still president at the North America's Leaders Summit in June 2016, he took umbrage with the notion that Trump be called a populist. How could Trump be called a populist? He doesn't care about working people. If anything, Obama argued he was the populist. If anything, Obama argued Bernie was the populist. It was Bernie who'd spent 5 decades fighting for working people. But Trump. Something curious happens if you watch Obama's speeches after that point, more and more recently. He uses the word populist interchangeably with strongman, with authoritarian. The word changes meaning. It becomes a negative, a pejorative, a slur. To me, populism is not a dirty word. Since the 2008 crash, and specifically the $1 trillion Wall Street bailout, we are in the populist age. And for good reason. The elites have failed. Let me address some common fallacies, some of which have been made tonight. If the motion was that demagoguery was a threat to democracy, I would be on that side of the House. If the motion was that political violence was a threat to democracy, I'd be on that side of the House. Populism, as you know, is the politics of the ordinary people against an elite. Populism is not a threat to democracy. Populism is democracy. And why else have universal suffrage if not to keep elites in check? Ladies and gentlemen, given the success of Trump, and more recently Javier Milei taking a chainsaw to the state behemoth of Argentina's bureaucratic monster, you'd be mistaken for thinking this was a right-wing populist age. But that would be ignoring Occupy Wall Street. That would be ignoring Jeremy Corbyn's for the many, not the few. That would be ignoring Bernie against the billionaires, RFK Jr. against Big Pharma, and more recently, George Galloway against his better judgment. Now, all of them, including Galloway, recognize genuine concerns of ordinary people being otherwise ignored by the establishment. I'm actually rather surprised that our esteemed opposition, Congressman Pelosi, is on that side of the motion. I thought the left was supposed to be anti-elite. I thought the left was supposed to be anti-establishment. Today, particularly in America, the globalist left have become the establishment. I suppose for Ms. Pelosi to have taken this side of the motion, she'd be arguing herself out of a job.
In many ways, Donald Trump is America itself. Much like the Revolutionary War, Trump separated himself from the ruling class to establish a party all its own. He is deeply flawed, but adheres to the unspoken social contract that moves the country towards better days, despite others not living up to their end of the bargain. He returned home from 4 years of war to be spat on and ridiculed while maintaining a resolve that only comes from knowing that the values that keep us together are stronger than the forces who wish to divide us. He himself is a polarizing figure, much like the Civil War that gave rise to clarity on what we should stand for, even though it conflicts with who we are. He's a loud, brash, rich, industrious military leader that upholds the image of strength, even in times of weakness. He cuts the red tape to unleash the American energy that is only stifled when the politics of the day keep the average voter arguing over guns and government. And yes, Donald Trump is a symptom of our years of sickness as a country. In some ways, he's a reflection of all of us who know the game is rigged and that evening is upon us in America. We certainly deserve the circus that our institutions have become, simply because we couldn't keep it. And as the melting pot of America finally reaches its boiling point with a guilty verdict for the former president, the only institutions that can right the wrong are twofold: the Supreme Court of the United States of America and you, the American voter. This is James Anthony reporting.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans and we're going to pull together as Americans.